Hey YouTube. Alright, so this is a video request I got from a D. Milla Foriala, not sure if I said that right, but on how to approach and handle a new ball python. She recently just got one and is still a little hesitant about going into its cage and getting it out, which is understandable. I mean, I was too when I first started out and everything, so I'm just going to do a quick run through of, just what to do, and you should be fine. So, now all my snakes are pretty much used to me, so just keep that in mind, but I'll try to show you as best I can. So okay, so this is a tub, but so you enter the enclosure, and there he is in the corner, and you said your snakes don't use, or your snake doesn't use his hide yet, which is understandable. They won't at first, typically, because they're still unsure of it, but so there he is. We're gonna get him out. Okay, first thing, they're head shy by nature, so don't try not to approach them at their head. Try to maybe go behind them a little bit. A lot of people say just barge in there and pick them up before they even have a chance to think about it. That's terrible advice. Don't do that. So what I do is just keep like a fist or something of that nature, something like that, and just stroke them. So just go in there and just stroke them. And they might, tense up a little bit, but that's okay. So just stroke them like that, just to let them know you're there and you're not going to mean them any harm. And new ones might try to check you out a little bit, and that's okay. But he's wedged back there, but then after they should actually stop paying attention to you. But then after, you've greeted yourself, I guess, introduced yourself and everything, just lightly lift them out of the cage or enclosure like that. And when they're really going to start freaking out is when they don't have support and they don't feel secure. So as long as you support them and everything, you should be fine. So once you have him out, he might be a little skittish and curl up into a ball. This guy isn't. As I said, mine aren't very skittish of me. But when I first got this guy, he was terrible. He hissed at me. He nipped at me a couple times. He would just intently stare at me, just like daring me to touch him. I mean, it took a while to break him. It took me about a week to, get him okay with letting me get him out. But I mean, they're like that by nature, and just, the more and more you do this, the more and more he's gonna get better with you. So, yeah, once you have him out, I mean, he should, be alright. If he balls up, that's actually better, because then a lot of people get scared because they don't like when the head's exposed, and when he balls up, he's gonna, protect his head. So, that'll actually be better for you. But if he doesn't, I just showed you, just try to keep away from their head and go at him from behind. And after that, you should be good to go, really. I think it's just the initial getting picked up is what scares them. After that, they usually calm down. So that's how to approach them and enter the cage, and try not to be loud, and don't be quick movements about it, because they're that's gonna scare them. Once you have him out, I mean, you should be fine. He's getting ready to get boot scooting along. Let's say you have him down, he's out for a while, and they will begin to get curious and explore. Okay, when they do this, this is just as important. When they're exploring, make sure you stroke them to let them know you're back there again, and you're gonna pick them back up. Because if you just grab them, that's a good chance they're gonna whip around and possibly bite, because they're out of their enclosure for one, and I mean they're on the defensive all the time. They're waiting. That's how shy snakes are. So just be ready for that, and just always let them know you're there before you pick them up. I mean, in any way to break him in a little bit, just stroke him like this once in a while, and that'll get him used to the touch and know that it's not danger and it's not harmful. It's actually a good thing, because he gets to come out of the enclosure. So there's that. What not to do when handling them. Really, when handling them, one of the big things is try to support their whole body. It's gonna be a little harder because I'm on the camera, but see, just try to support their bodies as much as you can. And it's important as they get bigger, because it can hurt them and make them uncomfortable. Like I said, it's gonna be hard because he wants down. but just try to support their bodies. Stay away from their heads as much as you can, because they're naturally head shy. So to stay away from their heads. And I would not allow other animals in the room, especially if your snake's on the floor. I see a lot of videos on YouTube where people have like their dogs and stuff like right next to their snakes when they're on the floor, and that's, you know, I guess if you trust your snake enough, but I would never trust a dog that much. I would never let my dogs around them. So I think it's just, you know, when your snake's out, that should be your number one concern. So I just try to refrain from having the dogs in the room unless you're up in the air holding them, like if I was standing up. But like I said, you know, these guys are pretty much really well used to me. He's still pretty head shy, but not near as bad as before. So it's a little trickier for me to show you because it looks so easy when I do it. Plus, you know, I've had experience. I mean, I've owned snakes. I've been through it, you know, and everything. Sometimes I might be a little even too trusting, but so yeah, just do that. And I actually purchased a spider ball python, but I'm waiting for a warm enough day to ship him, and I have a feeling he's gonna be, you know, skittish and everything. So I mean, if anything, I might have to, you know, I might remake this video just so you can see what a ball python that hisses or something like that would be like. But so this is your video request. I hope it helped, and I hope it gave you maybe a couple ideas, and anyone else that sees it, I hope it helped. Any questions I'll answer, and you know, like I said, if this didn't cover everything, or if you want me to make one of one that I haven't handled yet, just to see how it goes, I mean, I'd gladly do that for you. So yeah, so say goodbye to Synister. He did well, and I hope to hear that everything's going good. Alright, bye.